Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today I will be doing my January 2021 bullet journal setup. So my previous video was my full year bullet journal setup, so I will leave that link in the description box if you guys are interested in checking that out. So here is my brand new bullet journal. Here's the details on the screen. So I'm going to be going ahead and setting up my calendar, my first weekly spread, and my cover page for this upcoming month. So here are the colors that I chose. I got a bunch of new Crayola Super Tips for Christmas actually, so I decided to test some of the new colors out on this month's theme. Alright, so for January's theme, I wanted to do a cozy forest cabin type of thing with the colors that I showed you before. So I started by sketching out this cabin in the forest with a bunch of snow on it on a piece of paper, and then I am just using acrylic paint for this actually. I found that that was the easiest to match all of the colors to the colors of the markers that I had chosen. So I had originally drawn out all of the different swatches on the side of the paper so I could best match the colors to that, and I think it worked out pretty well. Often with watercolor I find it difficult to match the color of my desired theme to the actual acrylic paint, or to the watercolor, sorry, and the acrylic paint makes that process a lot easier. So I just kind of chose these 5 different colors, and I just went through all of the different parts of the drawn out little scene and painted through all of that. This was actually really fun to do. It did take quite a long time, but overall I am very happy with how it turned out. Here I am adding some details to all of the trees with a finer paintbrush to look like snow sitting on them. I tried to keep everything pretty consistent with the color scheme, so I wasn't adding in a lot of shadow or highlights. It was mostly with those basic colors, so I did add a little bit to the green tree in the background to add kind of some snow, but that's pretty much it. So for the birch trees in the front, I waited until everything was pretty much dry, and then I painted that on with some white acrylic paint and added some more little branches to it. And then to define more of the edges, because they were a little bit messy, I used some Crayola Super Tips just to kind of sharpen them up. And I'm also using this white and black Posca paint pen. It was really handy to get super pigmented colors and add these little parts to the birch tree. And then I also added some footprints in the snow and defined some of the edges on the painting. And then for the title, I am drawing this with a Posca paint pen. I originally did it in white, but decided that that was kind of difficult to read with the birch tree going in front, so I later changed that to black with also a Posca paint pen. And then I cut it out and glued it into my bullet journal. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it looks so cozy and will be super fun to incorporate this theme and the colors throughout the month of January. So there is a little look of the first month of 2021 in my bullet journal. So now we are going to begin with the calendar. So because I didn't include a lot of black in the title page, I wanted to keep that going throughout the rest of all the setups and the spreads. So I'm making my calendar with this blue color, and I just measured that out first, and I wanted to keep it pretty vertical and narrow so that I could have a lot of room on one side. So at the bottom, I'm doing this forest little doodle, kind of similar to the one on the title page with the various markers, and I'm adding some details in there with a white Posca pen. And the bottom has some snow, and then I'm going to be using this cute little Pantone swatch postcard that I also received for Christmas, so I wanted to include it. I found a color that suited the theme, and then I'm going to later glue that in. I added a title to the top of the page and little spots to put all of the days of the week with a white Posca paint pen, and I also made a bunch of little stickers from just drawing on some sticker paper, so I am using those throughout this entire little setup. So I put some of those onto the Pantone swatch, added some more little snowflakes, and that is how this page turned out. flipping over to the next page, I have a bunch of different things on this spread. So I'm going to start off by making an expense tracker on the right hand side. So I made this box with a marker, and then I'm doing these like stripy lines outside of the box with the different colors that I chose. I did this last year on one of my expense trackers as well with like a completely different theme, and I loved how it turned out, so I wanted to include that here. I wrote expenses at the top in this like cursive font, and then I'm adding the different sections that I had decided to use for this year, and I'm just sectioning those off with a gray marker. And on the other page, I took out some scrapbooking paper to match one of the colors I had chosen, and I'm using a white Posca paint pen to write out goals and highlights on there. The scrapbooking paper was a little bit textured, so it caused the Posca paint pen to kind of not go on super smoothly, so it kind of sprayed on the sides and kind of looks all splattery and stuff, but it's turned out okay. I am cutting out strips of these to use as the different headers. I think this is a fun way to change it up. If you have watched my previous bullet journal plan with me, you will know that I often print out photos from Pinterest, but I decided to not do that this month to kind of challenge myself and change it up. And I also thought that it didn't really suit the theme because the style was more like animated and kind of like storybook-esque and not really, I don't know, I think that photos just wouldn't suit it very well. So I'm just going to try to include like stickers that I made, scrapbooking paper, and other little drawings and stuff. So I am using some more homemade stickers here that I just drew on some ordinary sticker paper with the same markers that I'm using. I put those on there, added these little doodles on the side with the Posca paint pen and some bullet points, and that is how the spread turned out. I think overall it's pretty simple, but I think it looks really cute and will be useful throughout the month. And the final spread that I will be completing in this video is my first weekly spread of January and of 2021. So I am writing out all of the days of the week on the same scrapbooking paper in this cute little outline bubbly font. To change it up, I drew all of those on there and then I cut them out, and I'm going to glue those into the bullet journal. And for the title, I started by sketching out Jan for January at the top, and then around the negative space for January, I'm doing a similar like stripy line doodle that I did for the expense tracker around it. I think this is kind of cute and a fun way to change up a title. I glued all the days of the week in, added some stickers, a highlight section, and all of the days of the month just with a simple black fine liner. I think this is a really simple spread, but the colors look so cute and I'm excited to use it. So now here is just a quick flip through of all of the pages. I think the colors ended up working out really well together. It's such a pretty color scheme. I'm really excited to continue to use it throughout the month. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you made it this far, let me know which page that I completed today was your favorite. And if you haven't, I will link the 2021 bullet journal setup in the description box of this video if you guys are interested in watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.